Okay, so I watched two movies. I watched IsGodIs and I watched ILoveBoosters. So the first one I watched was IsGodIs, so I'm gonna start with that one. IsGodIs was really, really cool. There were so many really, I guess, odes to black culture in it. Like we had plastic on sofas. We had just like the whole we had a lot of church culture up in there, like black church culture. We had just the dancing and the style that the film was made in. It was really, really cool, and it really inspired me to want to create or keep creating, get back to my own work, because I've been facilitating for the past year, and that is over now. So I get to get back, focus on my own work, and seeing Is God Is really brought that spark back, that inspiration back in me. I love the sisterhood. I loved the instructions from the mom. It was just really, really a really cool movie. It was really well done. Of course, the mom sends one of the sisters a letter saying, "Oh hey, I'm your mom. I want to meet you guys." But she sends it to I can't remember her name right now, but one of them is Anaya, and I don't think she doesn't send it to Anaya. She sends it to the other sister. And because she said that when they were little, Anaya is always the one who was like crying all the time, and the other one, Racine is like the mean one, and they kind of build. So what happens in the end, it makes sense, because it's like Racine and Anaya kind of grow into themselves and like their full potential more and more as the film goes on. So they go and meet their mom. They drive down to the south, and of course Anaya kind of follows Racine's lead. It's like Anaya's always following what Racine wants. Also, I have to look up who that actor is, because I've seen that actor for Racine in so many projects recently. She was in what was she in? I was looking at my dog. She was in IsGodIs. I saw her in IsGodIs. I think I saw her in ILoveBoosters. I think I did, but I have to look that up. And then what else did I see her in? I saw her in a video, I guess it was like a video of the cast for a play, and it had, I think Iowa Debris was in that. So I've seen her face in multiple projects, which is great. I love that for you, girl. Like you work, boo, you work. But no, she was really good. And Janelle Monáe was in IsGodIs. Sterling K. Brown? Is that his full name? Sterling K. Brown? I think so. He was in IsGodIs. And basically the title, from what I understand, is God and God is. Because they're saying God is their mom. Because they came out of her. She created them. But if God is the mom, then what does that make their dad? I think I'm thinking too deep into it. Because God is the mom. Stated by Racine, God is the mom. And Anaya's like, is God? And Racine's like, God is our mom. So we have to listen to her, and we have to complete this mission for her, because we were given a mission from God. And then it just goes into like Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, I can't remember her name right now, but it's Maxine from Living Single. So and she's like, I guess she's not really I can't remember if she was a wife. No, she wasn't a wife. Apparently she had like a one-night stand with the guy, and then she's just like, she made a whole religion off of that. Like, it's really interesting. And then, of course, like, they have other siblings. Like, they have, and who are also twins. And then what goes down with that is crazy as well. And you think that everything might be okay, but Racine, at the point that they meet their twin brother siblings, she's full out just, she real crazy. She real crazy at that point. Shawty is crazy by the time they get to that point. So yeah, but I really liked IsGodIs. I loved, sometimes it would have like, my dog is chewing a stick, okay? That's fine, he's not gonna eat it, he's good. But there were words on the screen, and sometimes the twins would like communicate telepathically, and but we would like be able to read what they were thinking, like while they're like brushing their teeth or eating whatever. They're like be giving each other looks, and we are able to see what they're communicating telepathically to each other, and that was really cool. What else? And yeah, Anaya's like the sweet one, so she kind of was really trusting of people. And then it was like, I guess Racine being kind of the bodyguard, the mean one, kind of helped Anaya grow in the way that she started to stand up to her sister, which of course her sister didn't like. But because she started to stand up to her sister, she kind of grew a little bit. She grew into her own. She came into her own. And when they had to separate, and I'm not going to tell you how that part happened, but when they had to separate, I think it was for the better, first of all, because Racine, this mission really brought her back to her roots, got her genes in motion from her crazy ass dad, like, but yeah, IsGodIs was amazing. 10 out of 10. I love the actors. I love the matching braids. I love the kind of like straight style, you know, like we had like little like shorts. It was very modern. The style was very modern, and like the southern stereotypes were there at times, and it was just real black. The film was very black, and I so appreciated it. The trees are great. What else? Oh yes, the other movie I watched was ILoveBoosters. I saw ILoveBoosters a few days ago. ILoveBoosters was so good. It was so good, and I had heard a lot of bad reviews about it. Oh, a plane is flying overhead all day. Okay, so I had heard a lot of bad reviews about ILoveBoosters. And when I was watching it, I realized it was because not a lot of people, here's the thing. A lot of people like those experimental films. Like, I've seen Boots Riley's other film, Sorry to Bother You. That was my stuff. That movie is so good. And the horses. So I knew what I was getting into when I was like, okay, it's a Boots Riley film. And I was excited. And I left happy. Because I loved Sorry to Bother You. And I equally loved ILoveBoosters. Because what starts out being exactly what it talks about. What starts out just like ILoveBoosters. So of course it's about boosters, like a group of boosters called the Velvet Gang, which Keke Palmer is the head of, and her name is like Corvette, but actually her name is Cassandra, but her name was Corvette. That's her like Velvet Gang name, you know. And she's always having these like candies, these happy wrestlers that she eats all the time. She's obsessed with the red ones and all this. And it goes from that, and then so Cassandra, or Corvette, Keke Palmer, is basically, she's a fashion designer, and she really looks up to this woman who turns out to be a really shitty person. The woman turns out to be a shitty person, and steals Corvette's design with who knows what and who knows how. Well, we can kind of assume how when we get deeper into the movie and all of the like sci-fi, fantasy, experimental aspects of everything that I am obsessed with. I'm obsessed. I love it. That's the type of films that I like to make, the type of stuff I'm into. So I absolutely love Boots Riley's work. And yeah, so she steals Corvette's design, and then at first they were just trying to, buy her stuff. No, not buy her stuff. LOL. Sell her stuff. Boost it. They were trying to boost her stuff. And they were trying to hit all of her stores and everything. And then it turned into like a community empowerment, eat the rich type of thing. Which was cool. It was cool though. Like, so of course people hear the name, they're like, ILoveBoosters. But it gets real deep. It gets real deep as it goes on, because then we meet a factory worker from China, and then we get teleported there, and then we get teleported back to, I think the Bay Area is where Corvette and the gang are. So California. And then we're going back from Cali to China, from the factory, that the people who make the women's clothes who are getting sick, like the factory workers are getting sick from the methods to make the clothes, and they're not getting paid well, and people are dying, and the factory workers are dying, and nobody can even afford her clothes because she prices them so high. And then the woman, on top of that, what is he doing? What are you doing? What are you even doing right now, babe? Anyway, so you want to go inside? Go ahead, honey. Love you. See you soon. He wanted to go inside. He's tired of me. Anyway, so now I can't even remember what I was talking about. But basically, yes, the community empowerment. So, okay, we have A. Corvette's mad at the lady because the lady stole her designs and played them off to be her own. Then we have 2. She's not paying the factory worker. She's not paying her employees. I think they get paid like, what did they say? I think their paycheck was like $48. And so that was another thing. And then we have C. The factory workers who are making the clothes in China are getting sick. A lot of them are diagnosed with lung cancer. The sandblasting process is taking a toll on all of them, like sandblast jeans and things like that. And they've had protests, but she simply doesn't listen. She doesn't care about any of these things. Like, she still designs. She doesn't pay the employees at the stores. She doesn't pay the factory workers or care about their health or how sick they keep getting. And then we get into Lakeith Steinfeld being a demon, which was random, but it was like in the best way. It was a cool little storyline. Like, it didn't really match with anything, but I guess it matched in the sense that you kind of get a vibe of how like fantasy world, sci-fi, futuristic everything is. Like, this is a type of world where people can jump on top of cars without their skin and walk around and breathe just fine. They ain't got no skin on their bodies. We live in a world where there's teleportation devices. We live in a world where there's like soul-sucking demons. So yeah, I mean, that's just the kind of, we live in a world where the best apartment in town is like slanted like this. So everything would like slide down. Everybody has to walk up a hill to get out the front door. And if the floor is too slippery, then you might not be able to get out, or you might not be able to like roll something. Or we live in that kind of world. You know, it's just silliness. It's pure silliness, and it's the best thing ever. It's the best thing ever. Ever. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was a great movie. It was a great time. I loved how Keke Palmer found the true meaning of life. I loved how that mean lady, she got ate up and everybody put her in her place and came together. You know, it was about we have to come together to fight the power. Stick it to the man. That's what that movie was about. And hell fucking yeah.